Good morning and welcome to Kat and Callie Live. We will be your hosts for the next 30 minutes. Today's topic is exploring the Akashic Records. Good morning, Callie.
Good morning. I hope everyone's doing well. Lady Catherine, it's always good to be on with you.
And it's always wonderful to be on with you. Shall we start with what the Akashic Records are?
Yes, I think that's a lot of people kind of know what they are, but they're not 100% clear on what they are and how powerful it can be for you to help them with that. So
that's so true. The Akashic Records is actually the book of life. It can be equated to universe's supercomputer system. It is the system that acts as the central storehouse of all information for every individual who has ever lived upon the earth. More than just a reservoir of events, the Akashic Records contain every deed, word, feeling, thought, and intent that has ever occurred at any time in the history of the world. Much more than simply a memory storehouse. However, these Akashic Records are interactive in that they have a tremendous influence upon our everyday lives, our relationships, our feelings, belief systems, and the potential realities we draw towards us. As Edgar Cayce explained, upon time and space is written the thoughts, the deeds, the activities of an entity. As in relationships to its environs, it is hereditary influence, as directed or judgment drawn by or according to what the entity's idea is. Hence, as it has been oft called, the record of God's book of remembrance, and each entity, each soul, as the activities of a single day of an entity in the material world, either makes some good or bad or indifferent, depending upon the entity's application of self towards that which is the ideal manner for the use of time, opportunity, and the expression of that for which each soul enters the material manifestation. The interpretation then is drawn here is with the desire and hope that in opening this for the entity, the experience may come of helpfulness and hopefulness. Edgar Cayce. I love that. I mean, wasn't he the one that actually opened us up to the realization that we, all of us, can access our own records?
Yes, definitely. And what a gift, that can be to do that and to be able to do that.
Why would we want to access them? What was your experience?
Well, it really did. One, you know yourself better once you have them accessed. You know what makes you the way you are. You find out things about many lifetimes ago. Mm-hmm. You kind of see why your soul it hurts the way it does, or why it's turned a certain way, or why certain people are brought into your life. And to me, knowledge is power. I've always felt like knowing things like that has always given me a sense of strength. So instead of wondering, and you're able to continue the healing process that way because everything is stored with you. So that's one, it's been a miracle in my life and in my twin flame relationship to kind of see how we've been connected all this time, and what we need to do in order to align in this life.
Yes, for me, yes. The same for me. It was so empowering to see all of my questions I had. Why does this happen? Why does this happen? Why do I attract certain individuals? Why do I keep repeating the same scenario in each and every single relationship?
Yes. And when you find out, when Lady Catherine brings information to you that she's discovered there, it resonates. Like I think everyone that we've worked with, when you've told them, what that you found, it resonates. Like there's a deep knowing of, yeah, that's right.
Yes.
You just know that is right. So I think that's amazing that, you're not just listening to someone tell you something,
Yes. It does resonate. Because a light bulb comes on in and all of a sudden it makes sense. And the soul knows. So, of course, it's going to resonate. Excuse me. Go ahead, Callie. I'm choked up here.
Definitely. With the Akashics, I know Lady Catherine has literally seen the most beautiful. The Hallowed Records is beautiful. And she's described it to me, and I'm just in awe. Because we hear about things the way she's described it to me. You can almost feel like you're there. And then the information she gave me about my own, it was like shackles were taken off in a lot of ways, because we all try to push down who we've been, where we've been, who we used to be. We push it down and we never let it heal. We never let go. And I had some hang-ups that were from centuries ago.
Yes.
I still had hang-ups in this life that I had to let go of. It was hurting me, and it was hurting my relationships. And like Lady Catherine said, you keep going back to the same men, the same patterns, the same, self-destructive ways without healing. And I think in every relationship, in every religion, healing is core and central. And this is what we're saying with this too, because it's all the same thing. So
it is the same thing. And when I remember the day that I went in, the first day I went in, it was just a little bit, maybe 7 weeks ago. And I had thought all of my life, there is no way that I could possibly go in there. I thought they would kick me out, because all I could see was all the bad things I'd done in my life, and I'm not worthy to go in. But to be in there and to realize and to hear the angels say to me, you're all love, every single one of you. None of you can do right, wrong, indifferent. Come in, let me love you. It was just so, what a beautiful experience. And that was one of the things that they asked me to come, to return with, was that truth, that we are all love. We are all loved. We are divine love. And to be in there and to just ask to see, and there's just layers and layers and layers of records, just layers upon layers. And just to be offered one from an Akashic Records guide, and I think it was yours, Callie, yours was the first, and to look in there and to see what was happening with your soul and why you were repeating certain actions. And even with myself, to see that repetitive, the reason for it, and then to go in, cut it, heal it, and clear it. It's just been empowering. I just want anyone out there that's listening, whether I do it for you or you access your own or go to someone else, just do it for your own empowerment, your own healing. The records can be used for hindering anything in your lifetime. It can heal cancer. It can go back, and where we've made wrongs, it can go back and heal that and make it right. It's just amazing what we can do in there.
Well, and mine was very interesting because all my life, I was raised in church. I was raised, like a lot of people in the United States are, but I was always fearful of it. And I was always felt condemned and fearful and sort of this resentment towards it. I mean, I love the divine, but I always, when it came to my church or whatever, I was scared of the people and of the things. Well, in mine, I found out the church really, really hurt me centuries ago.
Yes.
And I've carried that with me. Well, that's a block between my relationship with God, in my opinion, is if I can't be around people who love him, you know what I mean, and not be scared of them.
Right.
And that was a block that was hindering the biggest relationship we'll ever have. But it was also affecting other relationships and other patterns. So if you've got patterns in your life that you can't explain, patterns that, or that come kind of second nature to you, and you really want that to end or stop, this is a surefire way to get that done.
It really is. I can't say enough about it. And if nothing else, just to know what your life purpose is. Because your soul purpose and your life purpose are always going to be intertwined. But just to have that knowledge alone isn't empowering enough.
Yes. And also to, who doesn't want to heal? Who doesn't want to have one less thing to worry about or to live with?
True.
Daily we get more things piled on top of us every day. And if we can start kind of, making the glass bigger by getting rid of some of this older junk and then improve our lives, why not? Why not? So that's where I was.
Right. And then to take it a step further, if that healing is available for all of us at the quantum level, every single disease can be healed for every one of us. Every single relationship can be healed for every one of us. Why are we not, why not take advantage? And I'm just so encouraged that there are so many of us now that can access and who are getting the message out.
Yes. Well, it's truly a time of light workers really coming to the top and showing, the light to people.
Yes.
And I think there are a lot of light workers who are light workers but don't know it, either because they haven't gone through some of the healing or, or they're so blinded by their past hurts that they're not able to see. So I would definitely advise my clients to have their Akashics done. I don't specialize in that, but Lady Catherine does, and I always suggest that because it actually helps my readings come out better. I'm more connected.
Yes.
There's less stuff to kind of try to filter through, and spiritually, it just kind of makes everything cleaner. So what's coming through for you from spirit. So I always advise, and I know that when it's the right time for someone, they'll do it. Mm-hmm. So
I think one of the biggest eye-opening for anyone whom I've been able to access the records for is that they realize they've pretty much been living an illusion. And with that in itself, that's so empowering.
And also living, the illusion of fear. Mm-hmm. Because, what's the worst thing that can really happen to you? It's probably already happened to you. You know what I mean? Like in my case, the worst thing, centuries ago probably did happen to you. So what's the worst thing that can happen to you? Yes. And I think that's why the human spirit's so resilient. Is because we've been through so much and we have no idea. Most people have no idea what they've been through, and they just think that they're destined to live these lives where they're hurting others and they're hurt and they're miserable, but you don't have to. You don't have to do that. Yeah, and a lot of times you dig out all that gunk, and man, we've seen people just really come into their life and soul purpose, as Lady Catherine was saying earlier, and do great things. Do great work for other people. And I think the biggest thing we can do in this life is to serve, but you can't serve if you're hurt all the time.
If you're sad and angry and you're not free of that sadness and that anger, then you're just going to, spend your life in that and not being able to see truth. But going in and having your records read will free you from sadness and anger and will show you that this life is just an illusion. That's because knowledge is power. You wouldn't make big decisions if you didn't have any data to back it up. So why would you? You know what I mean? It makes so much sense, really. And everybody wants to hear, "Well done, my good and faithful servant." Yes. You've got to be in a place to serve. You can't serve if you're hurt and you're, like I said earlier, if you're just so disjointed from all of your lifetimes and all of your pain and it manifests itself in so many different ways. As I read for people and in my own life, you pick, I can compare it to weed pulling. You pick a weed and another one, you get rid of that hurt and another one pops up and you got to deal with it. So you have to tend your garden ongoingly, but this helps get rid of stuff from way back. I can't even, until you have it done, you won't understand the magnificence of it. But it is something, definitely. I think so we just, Callie and I are here to talk with anyone about it. We will consult with you and help you to understand it even before you have them read. So get in contact with us, and we would love to help you there.
Yes.
Callie, we have some free readings.
Okay, let's go.
Okay.
And if I pause for a moment after you read a question, I'm just getting a message from Spirit. So I hope everyone will be okay with that.
Well, I can talk while you get your message.
Okay, perfect. Yeah.
Who was the first one?
I believe was Melanie.
Okay.
Let me find her. Let's see.
Melanie, I believe, wants to know if she's ever going to have fertility problems in her future.
Okay. Okay. I'm getting a no. Now,
Okay.
what I'm getting a no is Melanie going to be a mother one day? Yes. Okay. What year? Okay. Melanie, I think what your fear could be your only block on that. I think that I don't see any, and I'm not a doctor and I'm not really advised to, do a lot of medical advice, but I don't think I think everything is fine inside of you. I think that if the fear is the only thing that might actually block or delay that for you. So does that resonate at all or make sense? I wish we could talk to her live, but I feel like her worrying about it and her fear could actually create a delay, but her body is okay.
I feel the same way, even though we cannot medically diagnose. I do want to put the disclaimer out there that we are not medical doctors, and medical questions are best left up to the professionals. However, I see her giving birth within 2 years, and I see a male soul coming through. In the meantime, because she is struggling with her body, with her fear, and her wanting to be a mother so badly, which is bringing on stress, the advice, obviously, is to see a medical doctor, but to put your mind at ease. My spirit guide, Sarah, is showing us that a male soul will come through within 2 years.
Yeah, I'm getting 1920.
Okay.
Not 1920, sorry, 2020.
Okay.
Sorry. I'm getting 2020, so that falls in line with, and I don't know if that's when things will get started for you or what, but I'm getting that too.
Good.
So
the best to you, darling, and thank you for allowing us to read for you.
And I have a little bit, I want to say one more thing. Pray daily, heal, get your healing done, get those blocks, any fear. I'd suggest if you haven't done your Akashics, do them. But pray every day and surrender to God's plan for your life, and have positivity that, have confidence that when it's the right time for you, that you will be given that gift.
Absolutely. Very good advice. Thank you, Callie.
You're welcome.
Would you like a surprise one that just came in?
Yes.
Okay. Luciana is her name, or his name, and he wants to know, has Lindsay cheated on him?
Okay. Oh gosh, those questions always. I feel so bad, but let me take a deep breath.
Okay, I know that one just came in, so if you can tackle that one.
Okay.
Then I'll hear what Sarah's saying.
Now? Does she love him? Okay, Luciano. She's not cheating on you right now. In fact, she loves you. I do feel like there's been something in the past that has happened. But I'm not getting that she's cheating on you right now. And I don't know what spirits call it calls cheating. She might be talking to somebody, but she's not physically cheating on you right now. She does love you. And, I do feel there's been an instance in the past, but I'm going to kind of explain, when someone cheats, it doesn't necessarily mean they don't love you. I think that we all get so, quick to think that, and I'm not saying condone it or accept it, but if she's willing to talk about it with you, or, y'all try to get closer through this knowledge. And you may already know, does he already know about this? No. Okay. You may already know about this. And if you do, y'all just need to learn to trust, because I'm not seeing that she's up to anything right now. So, in fact, the pendulum really went strong when it said she loved you. Mm-hmm. So, I think that we need to sometimes not focus on circumstances and on what other people have done to us, and really focus on that love, because if it's there. And I'd be happy to read more into this with you in person, but sometimes I think our test in life is to overlook some of the circumstantial things and some of the sins that we commit towards each other, and focus on the love that you do have and heal. You know, you can both heal from this. So, she loves you though, Luciano, and she's never going to do anything to you. I mean, I don't see any hurt that's going to be, you know, life altering.
No.
I don't know that you guys will marry, but, or if you're married now, I don't know any of those. I mean, we could go deeper into it. I can't really do it here. I need concentration, but, yeah, I think that you should focus on where you are right now and not go to the past.
Yeah. I completely agree. And, Luciano, I want to encourage you to get in touch with Callie after this broadcast so that she can give you deeper insight. And thank you for your question. Do we have another one on your side,
yes.
Callie?
Let me, hold on a second. I kind of felt, Luciano's reading, my heart started kind of
yeah.
palpating. I feel bad for him because I also feel like there's a panic there of not going and just beating her down about it. You know what I mean? Like that there's true love there.
Yes.
Okay. We have this one. She said, who is this person that's in love with me? I would like a name. I'm at a very rough patch in life where dealing with guys is not on my agenda. I want to have a family, but I'm not sure how I'll make that happen anymore. I apologize if my memory is very faint. My memory span has worsened over time from my bad habits and tormenting flashbacks I've had for a while. I can't exactly remember everything else I had explained previously. I hope this helps. Okay.
That's a biggie.
Yeah, that's a biggie. And, you know, I did I got this one came through, so I kind of had a chance to quietly ask for a name. And a lot of times I did get a name. I actually got a name, but a lot of times it could be the person, or it just depends on what the spirit is trying to get. It can be someone from beyond, somebody close to you that you've lost. But I did get a name that started with an H. And if you would like, I have the name. If you would like to contact me, we can go over that.
Great.
The details. I did get the first letter is H. I did get 2019 when this would become clear for you. So I do see clarity for you in this regard, in this part of your life in 2019. Now, I do feel like you could put this off if you are not doing the spiritual work as far as being positive, letting go of anger, letting go of hurts, letting go of past circumstances. In fact, I feel like you are a Akashic. If there's ever been one, I feel like you need to do the Akashic Records. I think that you would just fly and soar from doing that. So you can contact Lady Catherine for that. And we work very closely together. So, I mean, you know, I'll be involved with you as well, but I feel like that is where you need to start. I feel like this person is there, and I feel like it could be soon, but we need to heal whatever's tormenting you. We need to heal whatever these habits. You're doing these habits not because you're a bad person. Mm-hmm. You're doing these habits because this is your pattern. This is something that's hurt. It's a wound, and we've got to heal that wound somehow. And I feel like we can. I know we can.
Yes.
So that's where I would start. I would start also with prayer, meditation, focus on you, self-care. Quit worrying about what's going on with him or her or over there, and focus on you, because really you have a whole world inside you that you have not accessed yet. And I really, I'm going to be disappointed if I don't hear that you are working with Lady Catherine on the Akashics. I really am, because I feel like this could be huge for you and a breakthrough for you and get you with this person. I'll be glad to read though on the name, but I feel like you need to do the Akashics. Pretty necessary. So thank you for sending your question in.
I concur, Callie, and I will ask her to contact you after the podcast so that you can read for her, and then we will go from there. So thank you for that information, Callie Crawford.
Yes. Woo. Y'all set some hard questions today.
As always, is there ever an easy one? Some are a little more difficult than others. Okay, so do you want to take us out? We just want to thank everyone for being here today.
Yes, thank you so much. And I hope that, you've been enlightened today. And I hope that the people who sent questions in feel better. And I look forward to hearing back from everyone. And also, thank you for joining us. We love to podcast. We love to talk to you guys. And we appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye, everyone. God bless.